to impeach President Trump take a major turn today. Honor Flight Kern County receives a huge gift this morning. And you have the opportunity to give local kids a joyous holiday during our toy drive. This is 17 News at noon.
Good afternoon. Thanks for joining us. I'm Maddie Jansen. A big announcement in Washington this morning. House Speaker Nancy Pelosi is asking lawmakers to take formal steps to impeach President Trump. Tracy Potts has the latest from Capitol Hill.
Today, I am asking our chairman to proceed with articles of impeachment.
House Speaker Nancy Pelosi's announcement 1 hour after President Trump tweeted, "If you are going to impeach me, do it now." She argues President Trump's actions and testimony from 4 legal scholars justify moving forward.
The president leaves us no choice but to act because he is trying to corrupt once again the election for his own benefit.
3 law professors invited by Democrats agree he broke the law.
President Trump has committed impeachable high crimes and misdemeanors by corruptly abusing the office of the presidency.
The President of the United States obstructed justice, and that's an impeachable offense.
He struck at the very heart of what makes this a republic to which we pledge allegiance.
A 4th selected by Republicans.
This is wrong.
Argued impeachment is moving too fast on thin evidence.
Close enough is not good enough. If you're going to accuse a president of bribery, you need to make it stick.
A key Democrat suggesting this morning this may not be a party line vote.
There's at least one former Republican who could join us.
Republicans this morning calling Pelosi's call for impeachment the ultimate abuse of power. A White House spokesperson tweets that Democrats should be ashamed and they're looking forward to a fair trial in the Senate. Tracy Potts, NBC News, Washington.
And House Minority Leader and Bakersfield Congressman Kevin McCarthy says the move to impeach President Trump is making the nation weak. McCarthy criticized House Democrats for not working for the American people, but instead focusing all their time on attempting to remove the president from office. He also echoed law professor Jonathan Turley's testimony to the House Judiciary Committee yesterday that this is the weakest and thinnest impeachment in history.
We invited a constitutional scholar, someone who didn't even vote for the president. Why? Because this is too important. We would stick to our own standards of constitutionality. And what did that individual say? It's the weakest, it's the thinnest, and it's the fastest impeachment in history. And he said there was no bribery.
Meantime, the president tweeted this morning, the do-nothing radical left Democrats have just announced that they are going to seek to impeach me over nothing. They already gave up on the ridiculous Mueller stuff, so now they hang their hats on 2 totally appropriate, perfect phone calls with the Ukrainian president. This will mean that the beyond important and seldom used act of impeachment will be used routinely to attack future presidents. That is not what our founders had in mind. The good thing is that Republicans have never been more united. We will win. Back here at home, Bakersfield police say they've arrested the man suspected of trying to rape a woman in southwest Bakersfield. BPD released a composite picture of the suspect on the left of your screen Tuesday. Yesterday, they identified the suspect as Byron Willis. He's pictured on the right. BPD says Willis is accused of attacking a woman inside an apartment on Ming Avenue near New Stein Road. He was arrested last night. He faces charges of attempted rape by force and false imprisonment by force. Both are felonies. He's due in court tomorrow. A big donation this morning that will help send dozens of veterans on honor flight. This morning, Eagle Mountain Casino presented a check for $100,000 to the organization at the monthly honor flight breakfast. The presentation was met with shock and loud cheers from all of the veterans, volunteers, and family members in the audience. The funds will go toward a charter flight for 100 veterans next April to go see our nation's capital and the memorials built in their honor.
This will take us well into 2020 and serve close to 70 veterans and put them on a plane. It's an unbelievable donation, and it comes at Christmas, so it's just the best.
If you want to donate or contact Honor Flight about joining a future flight, you can find them online at honorflightkerrcounty.org. Well, hard to believe 1 week after Thanksgiving, the Bakersfield Christmas Parade is already here. It starts at 6 tonight at 21st and L, right outside of our studios here in downtown Bakersfield. This is a look at the route. Floats will head down L, take a right on 21st, and then left on G Street. The parade turns onto 20th and ends at N. BPD will have signs in downtown warning where you cannot park. They're already there, so beware of those, and you need to get out of that area by 5 p.m. or else you're going to get towed. BPD says even if you're not on the parade route, your car, if you're in downtown Bakersfield, will likely be stuck until the parade is over. Also happening this week, the Delano Christmas Parade. That's tomorrow at 6 p.m. on Main Street in downtown Delano. There are several more parades scheduled this month. We have the list on our website, kget.com. Just click on the hot link icon. And everyone's watching parade weather, wanting to know what do they need to wear if they're coming out tonight, Kev?
Well, I got a call earlier today from Santa Claus and Mrs. Claus wondering kind of how they were going to have to equip the sleigh. And I told them dry conditions tonight for the parade, so they've made accommodations for that. You can see it's a nice start to the afternoon along Rosedale and Mohawk. And yesterday we were talking about our radar, and it was lit up with rain. Nothing out there right now, and I'm not expecting anything as we go throughout the evening hours of tonight. So get out and enjoy the nice weather all around the area. Here's a look at the temperature, 62 degrees right now under a calm wind. Visibility is great. As we take a look at the hour-by-hour forecast, 60s this afternoon, then slipping back into the 50s tonight. We will also see the clouds increase, but remaining dry. We've got 48 degrees into Hatchby, an east-southeast wind at 16 miles per hour. And as we take a look at the hour-by-hour, this afternoon we'll look for some 50s, then cooling back into the 40s as we go throughout the evening. And again, the clouds will be on the increase as well. If you're traveling this afternoon, things are looking great. This is I-5 at Fraser Mountain Road, and you can see traffic not too bad, nice and light, and a dry pavement out that way. We'll have much more in your forecast. That's coming up in just a few minutes.
All right, thanks so much, Kev. Bakersfield police are looking for 2 men suspected of robbing several different locations around town. Both robberies happened last night. The first took place at the AM/PM on Monterey Street around 7:45. At around 9 p.m., another robbery was reported at 7-Eleven on Columbus. No one was hurt in either robbery. Police believe the two are connected. Officers are also investigating a third that happened on California Avenue and Tulare Street. One person was hurt during that robbery. Well, you may want your Christmas tree to stay fresh and last well into the new year, but it's all too easy to wind up with a dry and potentially dangerous tree before Santa comes down the chimney. 17's Tabitha Mills took a trip to Frosty's Forest on the corner of Coffee and Brimhall for some tree care tips. Just a couple of days of heat and neglect can dry out your fresh tree. First and foremost, choose a healthy Christmas tree. Run a few branches through your hands. The needles should feel pliable and not fall off. Then, once you've picked your tree, recut the trunk at least 1 inch from the bottom just before putting it in the stand. That way the tree will be ready to take up water. And when you take your tree home, placement is very important.
You want to make sure where you place the tree, it's not in a south-facing window where it's getting hammered by sunlight all day, or underneath a heater vent, the duct where it's blowing hot air on it all night, or by a fireplace too. A lot of people don't think about it, but the fireplace will put out some hot air and dry up that tree.
Do not allow the water level to drop below the fresh cut, or the stem will reseal and be unable to pull up any more water. Christmas trees are very thirsty. It's not unusual for a tree to drink 2 gallons of water the first day it's in the stand. Our 17 Days of Christmas toy drive is in full swing, and this morning some anonymous donors stopped by with a big donation. Take a look. The company wanted to remain anonymous, but gifted dozens of toys and presents, filling our lobby with holiday cheer. These toys and gifts will go to children and teens through the Bakersfield Homeless Center and the Boys and Girls Clubs of Kern County. There's still plenty of time to come down and help out. You can drop off new unwrapped gifts and toys at our studios here at 2120 L Street from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m., or you can head to the Homeless Center on East Truxton Avenue or the Boys and Girls Club on Niles Street. The drive runs until the 17th. Once again, our viewers deliver in the spirit of the Golden Empire, and they're spreading the holiday spirit to local seniors through our annual drive. We'll show you how we did yesterday, plus another way you can help. And more illnesses reported in the romaine lettuce recall. What you need to know before you dig into that salad for lunch or dinner. Your 17 Health Watch is next. All right, we're back with some breaking news just into our newsroom. The coroner has released the cause of death for Priscilla Barrera Smith. Last month, her body was found on the embankment of a canal behind the Burger King on 34th and Union Avenue. Today, the coroner ruled her death an accident caused by an overdose of what appears to be drugs used to treat depression and other disorders. Barrera Smith leaves behind 4 children. In your 17 Health Watch this afternoon, more than 100 people have fallen sick from an E. coli outbreak linked to romaine lettuce. According to the CDC, 102 cases have been reported in 23 states. No deaths have been reported, but 58 people had to be hospitalized. The agency continues to advise consumers to not eat any lettuce that was grown up north in Salinas. And if you're unsure where the lettuce came from, you should just throw it out. Health experts also say you should wash and sanitize the drawers or shelves in the refrigerator where the lettuce was stored. This Christmas is sure to be a lot brighter for hundreds of local seniors. Yesterday, we invited you to come down to our studio and help us stuff the bus. Each year, KGET partners with Christmas for Seniors of Kern County to collect toiletries and other items for seniors who are on a fixed budget. And this year, well, you answered the call again.
We had a good turnout. We were able to fill up almost 2 whole buses. We've already went and unloaded this one once. Now it's half full again. This other bus is full. We've had the community is so good to us, and we're so grateful for them. Our little seniors will be happy.
If you didn't come out yesterday, there is still time to donate. Christmas for Seniors is located on Rosedale Highway in Northwest Bakersfield. Donations will be collected until December 21st. SpaceX launches a resupply mission to the International Space Station. The Dragon cargo craft launching from Cape Canaveral on a Falcon 9 rocket today, a day after Winds sidelined a scheduled liftoff. Among the items on board, something NASA calls a robot hotel. It's a protective storage unit to be attached to the outside of the ISS, housing robotic tools used to detect gas leaks. The haul also ferrying other supplies, including materials to support dozens of upcoming science investigations and technology demonstrations. This is SpaceX's 19th resupply mission to the space station. Clear skies there and clearing up here at home as well, Kev.
Yeah, we started out clear. A few high clouds are starting to push on in. If you remember this morning, I said we start off sunny, and then the clouds would start to push in, and that's what we're seeing right now. This is looking into downtown off to the east. Take a look at other cameras around Kern County, and we've got Wasco. The clouds starting to thicken up a little bit, and we're having an issue with the temperature there. Golden Hills 49, Arvin 65, and Kernville, you can see there at the airport. A few clouds drifting on in, and currently 56 degrees. As we take a look at our current conditions here in Bakersfield, we're at 62. No wind, so calm wind out there, and we're looking at a pretty nice evening. Overnight, we're at 45, 5 degrees off the normal. Normal high today is 59 and 80. The record set back in 1918. And you can see temperatures hovering in the lower 60s in most valley locations. And then for the mountains, we have 40s to lower 50s. Here's a look at the satellite and radar. Nothing on radar, but you can see these clouds now drifting in from the south and west. This is going to continue as we go throughout our evening. And don't be worried that the clouds are increasing. That means rain. We're not expecting rain tonight, so we hope to see everybody here at the Christmas parade. But last night, take a look. I was able to capture these photos with my iPhone. Imagine this technology, as it was dark outside, but with the new iPhone, you can do kind of a extended take of the picture, and you can see the moon trying to shine through the clouds there. Just made for a beautiful shot. Wanted to show that to you as we were seeing the clearing skies. Now, we did see plenty of rain yesterday, as you can see here on all the totals for the valley. Bakersfield, about a quarter of an inch, just under that. Delano, almost a half an inch. Where we saw the most rain, Gorman and Fraser Park, over an inch of rain and almost an inch up into Lake Isabella. Here's what's going to happen now. You can see this leg of cloud cover. This is what's going to roll in for tonight. Then we get a little bit of rain. We might even see some sunshine tomorrow early, and then this system you see out there is going to be moving on in to late Friday and into Saturday. What a beautiful shot at Yosemite. Half Dome, we got snow on the peaks there and more on the way, and we widen things out, and this is what we're going to be tracking late Friday, Saturday, and Sunday with more rain heading into California. Our Futurecast model brings it in here early Saturday. Some models want to bring it in late Friday night, and then once this kind of pushes on in, we'll dry out for the early part of next week. Our rain forecast models suggest right around a quarter of an inch for the valley locations, a little less into the mountains, and out in the desert right around a tenth of an inch when it's all said and done. Air quality will be moderate today with an AQI at 55, no burning unless you are registered. And today we'll call for temperatures to be in the 60s all around. A light wind throughout the day with increasing clouds. Bakersfield around 63, 64 in Delano, 61 in Taft. For the mountains in the Kern River Valley, we're looking at increasing clouds here as well. 48 in Fraser Park today, right near 50 in the Tehachapi area. Mid-50s for the Lake Isabella area and Kernville at 55, and then mostly cloudy in the desert and a high of 53 in Mojave. Here's your extended forecast. Rain Saturday, Sunday, and then drying out with the beginning part of next week. Temperatures remain in the 50s and 60s for the mountains. We'll look for rain Saturday, Sunday as well. Some snow above 6,000 feet. Areas in the higher elevations of Pine Mountain Club and also up near Alta Sierra may see some fresh powder. That'll be great because this weekend Alta Sierra is opening their doors finally.
That's right.
They have a nice
Saturday.
slope.
It's going to be a great weekend up there.
Yeah.
Looks beautiful, too. All right, thanks, Kev. Well, if gift cards are on your shopping list, you'll want to mark your calendar for this Sunday. There are some special savings. Your 17 Business Watch is coming up after the break.
KGET Business Watch is brought to you by Grapevine MSP Technology Services, the Valley's leading IT service provider.
Back now on your 17 Business Watch, checking stocks. The Dow is up about 25 points so far in trading. The NASDAQ up 2, the S&P 500 up 4. Oil also climbing today. West Texas Intermediate, 58.47 a barrel. And Midway Sunset started the day at 62.18 a barrel. Gift cards continue to be one of the most popular gift options. And if you're planning to give anyone a Target gift card, you'll want to save this date. Sunday, December 8th. For one day only, Target will sell its gift card for 10% off, up to $300. If you go that high, you'll save $30. The National Retail Federation says for the 13th year in a row, gift cards are the most popular on holiday wish lists and requested by nearly 60% of those surveyed. One of the toughest topics for any family to discuss is finance. Those conversations become even more complex when relationships and children from previous marriages come into play. CNBC's Sharon Epperson takes a look at the best ways for blended families to have the money talk.
At first glance, Ronnie and Lamar Tyler are a typical modern family. The Tylers own a media company and live outside of Atlanta with their 4 children. The two got married 14 years ago.
It was basically love at first sight for Lamar.
For Ronnie.
What sets them apart? They are part of a growing group of American families defined as blended. A couple that joins together with the children from one or both of their previous relationships creates a blended family. Ronnie already had 2 children before meeting Lamar. The couple had the youngest 2 after they married.
Being in a blended family, it kind of blindsided me, and I wasn't really intentional about trying to figure out, like, what does this mean for me? What does it mean for my husband? What does it mean for my kids?
Navigating the complexities of a blended family can be difficult enough. So couples often put off having the money talk, a critical piece of the blended family puzzle.
So one of the first things we said we had to do was go out and get someone that was more educated, that knows more about these things than us, that can advise us on, what are the proper steps to take and also what are the steps not to take.
Marriage and family therapist and author Ron Deal has counseled blended families for over 2 decades. He says understanding the role money plays in combining 2 families is crucial.
As you move forward as a family, you can't address everything. You just got to get started. Well, one of the things we recommend is that couples create what's called a togetherness agreement. And that's a detailed plan of how they are going to care for one another in their marriage and in their family, care for one another's children.
The Tylers often work together from their home office, juggling work and family. On this point, they never waver. They're both all in for all of their children financially.
How did you come up with your decisions about finances for your children?
Since we've been together, to me, it's just been, okay, financially and everything else, I treat the children just as they were my own. And I'll, give them money, we'll pay for things as if they were my own. Sometimes I'll refuse to give them money as if they were my own. So it all just balances out in the end.
The Tylers say they work through financial questions by following one simple rule.
The more that you can communicate, the more that you can show that united front, even from a financial perspective, the better off you'll be as a couple.
And when the money talk gets tough, the Tylers say ask an expert for help. Sharon Epperson, CNBC Business News.
Experts say the best way to approach these issues is to have the money talk immediately. Exploring tough subjects like child support or financial obligations to an ex early on can avoid big problems down the road. Well, still ahead, 2 people shot and killed at the Pearl Harbor Naval Shipyard. We'll tell you how the Navy's leading the investigation up next. Welcome back. Making news around the nation. The Trump administration has formalized work requirements for recipients of food stamps. The move, which became official Wednesday, will cause hundreds of thousands of people to lose access to the Supplemental Nutrition Assistance Program, or SNAP. The USDA rule will take effect April 1st. It affects people between the ages of 18 and 49 who are childless and not disabled. Under current rules, this group is required to work at least 20 hours a week for more than 3 months over a 36-month period to qualify for food stamps, but states have been able to create waivers for areas that face high unemployment. The new rule would limit states from waiving those standards. In a call with reporters Wednesday, the USDA said that about 688,000 people would lose access to food stamps as a result, the government will save $5.5 billion over 5 years. The Navy is now leading the investigation into a deadly shooting at Pearl Harbor yesterday. Officials say an American sailor opened fire at the naval shipyard, killing 2 people. Then he killed himself. NBC's Miguel Almaguer has the latest on the tragic events.
This was the panic at Pearl Harbor. An active shooter forcing the historic military base into lockdown. An apparent witness describing the scene to NBC affiliate KHNL.
I heard loud pops, and I kind of recognize that as, gunshots.
A Navy official says a U.S. sailor opened fire at a dry dock, killing 2 civilian shipyard workers and injuring a third before taking his own life.
This is certainly a tragedy for everyone here, but certainly our sincere thoughts are with the families of the victims and everyone involved.
The military did say the gunman was assigned to the USS Columbia, a submarine that was at the shipyard for maintenance.
We'll be looking at every aspect of it, what lessons we can learn, what additional security procedures would be needed.
The shooting unfolded across the harbor from the iconic memorial commemorating the Japanese sneak attack on the base during World War II. Sailors there set to mark the 78th anniversary of that raid in just 2 days.
Today, officials are still looking into the motive of that shooting and trying to determine what kind of weapon was used during the attack. Personal weapons are not allowed on the base. The military says their investigation is just beginning. Back to you.
When we come back here on 17 News at noon, a beautiful icy display in Germany. We'll tell you more.
Welcome back. Finally at noon, artists from across Asia created a beautiful exhibit of ice sculptures, which is now open to the public on the outskirts of Germany's capital.
So beautiful. Can't even believe these are made out of ice. 26 ice sculptors from Malaysia, Japan, Thailand, China, the Philippines, Mongolia, and Russia have contributed to the 5th Ice World in Elstal. They used 300 tons of ice to create more than 100 sculptures, including moose, pandas, and tuk-tuks. One highlight is Long, a 30-foot-long lucky dragon that was transported from China to Berlin. Ice World was put together in just 2 weeks and is open to the public until November 2020.
Ready for this? I don't expect you to answer. What's a tuk-tuk?
I was going to guess a bird of some sort.
I don't know what a tuk-tuk is either.
I think it's a bird of some sort. Don't take my word for it. Those are amazing.
Yeah.
All right, thanks so much for joining us. We'll see you back tonight at 5.
17 News, your local news leader, continues 24 hours a day on KGET.com and our 17 News app. In the spirit of the Golden Empire, 17 News,